Hey guys, today we're standing in Greer City Park. Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in the city of Greer. Hey guys, as always, my name is Stephen Delisle, your local real estate expert right here in the upstate. Now, if you're looking to relocate to the area or you're just simply wanting to know more information about the city of Greer, our goal on this channel is to be your #1 resource for all things Greenville, Spartanburg, and the upstate as a whole. Now, if you guys are actually thinking about moving to the area, we would love the opportunity to at least just have a phone call, see what your goals are, and help you map out from A to Z what that's going to look like to accomplish your goal. So let's get into it. So first things first, if you've done any research around Greenville or around Spartanburg, chances are you've heard about the city of Greer. Greer sits right in between the city of Greenville and Spartanburg, and it's connected by Highway 29, or as the locals know it, as Wade Hampton Boulevard. Now, Wade Hampton Boulevard, it's helpful to know, takes you from Greenville to Spartanburg. Greer just happens to be in between the two cities, and Greer is also split between Spartanburg County and Greenville County, which is helpful to know when purchasing a house because taxes are going to be different. So living here, some of what you're going to get into is going to be located in Greenville County and some is going to be located in Spartanburg County. So the first big pro for me is going to be the location specifically of Greer. Within minutes, you can get down to Greenville County and do all the major shopping you would need to do, and same goes for the city of Spartanburg. Now, Highway 29, or again as the locals call it, Wade Hampton Boulevard, is going to have pretty much everything you need on a weekly basis. From Home Depot to Lowe's to any other major grocery store, it's going to be located on that road. So for me personally, Greer is in a great spot because within minutes you can get to anything you would need on a daily basis. So another pro that I really like as well is the proximity from Greer to GSP, or otherwise known as Greenville Spartanburg International Airport. It's also been rated the #1 small international airport in the entire United States, which is pretty cool. But if you're a CEO or someone that travels a lot for work, or if you just like to jet set on the weekends, it's a really good spot to be in as far as Greer is concerned, because it's about 15 to 5 minutes away from the airport. Also, it's helpful to know that if you're moving here to work for a big corporation or even a contractor per se for BMW or BMW itself, we also have Michelin here as well. They're all going to be located around the city of Greer. It's also helpful to know that BMW has their largest plant in the entire world located right here in Greer. Michelin USA also has their headquarters right off Pelham Road, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Greer specifically. So what I'm finding, at least with my clients, is a lot of the vendors and a lot of the subcontractors actually live in this location because it's so close to BMW and Michelin. So this is definitely a spot you're going to want to check out if you're moving to even support those types of companies as well. Another big pro that I personally love about Greer is their downtown Main Street. When we go on date nights, this is one of the locations that we visit because they have so many local businesses, restaurants, cigar shops, whatever you could probably think of, they probably have it downtown Main Street, Greer. It's just a hustle and bustle that's going to be and feel a little bit different than downtown Greenville, for example. It's going to feel like a small town. It also has the string lights that go all the way down the brick-laid road. It's just a really cool small town feel. So one of the most famous places here in the morning time is going to be Barista Alley Coffee Shop. Now guys, for date nights, where we go is a place called Select. Not only is the steak amazing, but the atmosphere is absolutely to die for as well. They also have an oyster spot. One of the other restaurants I definitely recommend you taking a look at or visiting is going to be Wild Aces. It's a great pizza spot, and it's also a good spot to catch the game on a Saturday and get a beer as well. So definitely check some of those places out when you visit Main Street. Now, in the past, for myself and also some clients when we're touring the area, is going to be the limited amount of parking. The good thing though is that they just added one of the parking garages just around the corner, and another pro here specifically too is that once you park, you're going to be able to walk to anywhere you want to go. So guys, wrapping up the pro section talking about Greer, again, it's really about the location. You're really not far from the Blue Ridge Mountains, or if you want to go up to Pisgah, or you're talking about going up to Asheville, which for example is only about an hour and a half away, or even Table Rock, for example, to go on a hike. It's really a great spot to do a day trip to those locations and get back home without having to stay overnight somewhere. The last pro I do actually want to talk about though is going to be around schools. As I always say, do your own research when it comes to schools specifically as well. However, Greer does have a lot of award-winning schools. Greenville County, it's helpful to know, is also a school of choice county, which means that if you are not zoned for a specific school, you have the ability to apply to go to another school you may not be zoned for as well. So keep that in mind when choosing Greer. All right, guys, now thinking about cons when it comes to Greer is going to be the location. Now, like I said, this spot is located in between Greenville and Spartanburg, which means being located in between those two cities, you're going to have to drive a little bit to get to those spots as well. Now, the best and most convenient way to avoid Pelham Road traffic is going to be Wade Hampton Boulevard. That's really my second con as well, is Wade Hampton Boulevard itself. So guys, 10 years ago when our population wasn't what it is now, Wade Hampton Boulevard was way easier to travel up and down going from Greer to Greenville. Now that our population has expanded so much in both those locations, it feels like we have 100 stoplights from Greer to Greenville, and if you hit every one, it's going to take you a lot longer to go from Greer all the way to Greenville, especially depending on where you start on that road. So if you guys are looking to relocate to this area and yet you're working in the southern part of Greenville County, Greer is really not going to be the location you want to be at simply because commute times are just going to be too long. Which brings me to my next con, which is going to be work commutes. If you're going to be working in Greenville County, you're going to have to hit I-85 to 385 or Wade Hampton to 385. And the work commute from home to work and work to home is going to be a lot longer than you think. And it's also going to be even worse in the afternoons. So for all the good things that Greer has to offer, you know my last con is going to be talking about taxes. Now every year they're going to be slightly elevated in comparison to other suburbs of Greenville. Now they might not even hold a candle to wherever you're coming from. However, it is good to know that it's going to be a little bit more than other suburbs around Greenville, such as Taylor's or Simpsonville, but it is good information to know that it's going to be a little bit higher in reference to Taylor's, for example, or Simpsonville. So guys, that was Greer in a nutshell. I hope this video was helpful for you. And if you feel like we missed something that we should have added, feel free to leave a comment below. And guys, remember, my name is Stephen Delisle, your local real estate expert here in the upstate of South Carolina. We would love the opportunity, if you're thinking about moving to the location, for me to be the realtor of choice to help you through that entire process. You feel free to reach out to me at 864-506-3706 or at steven@delisleinc.com. Feel free to reach out to any of our platforms and we're happy to connect. As always, guys, remember with Delisle Properties, luxury always comes standard.